Welcome, my name is Brian Averitt with Photo Day Zombies, and this is going to be part 2 of the sports photo automation tutorial with Pixnub. So if you tuned into part 1, we did an intro to the sports photo automation plugin, also known as SPA. And all we did was we used it in the most basic form. We were able to take our extractions, place them on a background, and save them off. It's a little bit different from the background swapper tool. So take a look at part 1, and all we're going to do is we're going to expand on that because the SPA or Sports Photo Automation plugin is very powerful. And as we go through these, we're going to keep building on the last. So if you are starting at part 2, I definitely suggest you watch part 1 first if you're not familiar with Pixnub. But we're just going to pick up where we left off. So what are we going to do today? We're going to add text to our automation because sometimes we need to add a little bit more to our images, especially for youth sports. I know a lot of leagues like to see their league name on there. The parents want to see the year because when they look back, they can never remember exactly how old their kids were in those images. So we're going to add the league name, we're going to add the year, as well as the first and last name of the player. So to get started, we have to think of how is it going to do this. The plugin does not know. It's not a mind reader. So we have to feed it the information. So we create a CSV. The CSV is going to be very basic. It has the SPA, which is your photo image name, your first name that goes with that image, the last name that goes with that image, the year, and the league name. And then you see when it goes to the next image, it's using a different name. All right. So it's going to keep building and building and building. So let's go ahead and get started. We need to ensure that our template is ready to go because in our previous template, we didn't have those layers. It was blank. Pixnub needs to know where to put everything. And on top of that, the names of your layers need to match the names of the columns that are in here. And it's not that they just have to match. They have to be specifically named. And if you want to know what column names are allowed for text layers and what's not, you can check out the resource on pixnub.com. If you go to their tutorials, and then you click on the sports photo automation, and then your CSV file setup, right? And there's also this one, the PSD text layer setup. That's how you set up your layers. But we're working with this right now because we want to know what names are going to be allowed. For the text replacement, it says the layer name in the PSD template must be all caps, no spaces. You can't just choose any layer names you want for the text layers if you want the text to be replaced. So here's a list of the columns that are acceptable. This is what Pixnub, the plugin itself, is looking for. So double checked, everything is right here. Okay, now we look in here. If I right click on this, I see my league name is all caps, all together. I've got my year, same. I got my first name and my last name. All right, so we are good to go. So we've checked our template, checked our CSV. Let's go ahead and kick off the batch. We're going to click on batch processing under our sports photo automation. Player images folder is going to be where all of our extractions are. The save folder is going to be where we want our finished images to go. The template file is the template that we just verified. And then we want to feed it the CSV that we double checked. Click on full, you'll see it's been loaded. Again, I want to export at high quality JPEGs using the sRGB color space. I'm going to keep the same file naming. We'll get onto that later, but I want to pause on the finished image because I want to make sure everything's running correctly. All right, looks like the year, the league, the first name and last name all updated. That's what I want it to look like. So let's go ahead and hit continue with no more pauses, and then we'll just let it run. Okay, our batch is completed, so let's take a look at our finished products. So you can see right here, we now have images with names, with the league and the year. And it required very little extra work. Stay tuned, we're going to do step 3 where we're going to take this a step further, and so we're going to make our templates better match our players. So we're going to include, we're going to introduce actions. That's what I was trying to say. So stay tuned and happy editing.